6/2020. Hi. I said I was going to make my first cup of coffee, and I'll be right back. I woke up this morning full of energy. I said, I want to talk. You know what? It's almost 3 p.m. You know what? And I finally made it back. But anyway, it's 2:41 p.m. Thursday, March 6, 2025, out in the world where I am. Because I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I was like, it's like I had myself and then I lost myself. You know what? I can't say it no other way. I woke up this morning, I rolled up out of bed, I turned the music on. The music that I've been listening to lately is a page on YouTube channel called Lost Kids. Cause usually I'm so used to, before when I back in 2021, so during quarantine, I was always listening to like my favorite playlist on Shopify. In my case, it was usually my personal, not Shopify, Spotify, Shantae 706. You know, I used to listen to that, or like my favorite R&B playlist. So now I'm listening to music a lot on YouTube. Like I go on YouTube and I find like, you know, different, like if it's an artist that I really like, the next thing I know, maybe that artist and then a mix. And then also a real song that I really like, the title of the song is Mix. So right now I'm really listening to a lot of like R&B mixes on YouTube. So sometimes when I listen to music, I'm in the mood to talk. Yeah, hang out a little bit, vibe, you know what I say. So anyway, the playlist that I've been listening to a lot lately is Lost Kids on YouTube. Oh, like maybe as long as someone said, because I'm new. So on my YouTube channel, I kept seeing these yellow triangles, right, because of the music playing in the background. But someone said, as long as I say where the music is, name the artist and the music, you know, kind of like the bibliography back in the day, the book report. You got that's it, your works cited page. So as long as I'm listening, you know, I guess I cite that the playlist or the channel or whatever music you played in the background. Then they might not cite me as much. I want to make sure I threw that in there. But anyway, I'm on my coffee. I guess if you paid attention before, you know where my coffee cup is in the microwave. But it's not my microwave right now. I'm visiting out in California. I had no idea what I was talking about, what I was going to talk about. I'm sitting there watching TV. You know, the truth ain't always pretty, but just because you don't like it, don't mean it's not the truth. And because you don't like how a person says it, doesn't mean that they're wrong. Someone said, you know what? I don't know if they will call it, because I've been talking about dating a lot. Dating, you know what? Dating a relationship. Someone said, I wouldn't exactly call what she's been doing dating. You know? I said, well, that's exactly what the fuck we been talking about. Let me get my coffee cup.
You come around if I don't do too much. We had our downs, but we had way more ups. Let's make love. That be the reason that you always hit me up. I swear, you like the way I fuck, cause I get rough. You told me you knew me, don't make you nut. It's a damn shame. You come here, I knock your pussy out the damn frame. Remember that last time I made you miss your damn plane? Remember that last time I wet your damn with champagne? Remember that? And I know I've been the worst, but I love you better if you let me. Let's catch a flight, change the weather, and I promise forever. Oh my If only I could pay the bills with my love for you. We'd be the richest in the fucking room. We'd be so comfortable. Girl, it's only you for me. Alright, I tried what they offered and not who I wanted to be.
Okay. I guess you got a chance to hear a little bit of music. I thought the playlist was set fire. It really is. I listened to it a lot, all the time. Last couple of days. Definitely. I got my coffee cup. I was like, really, you know. I mean, so I'm thinking back because I said, you know, I'm thinking about something. How far back do I want to go? Of course, I'm gonna talk about me because I had that knowledge. I was like, what? I wouldn't exactly call what you've been doing, David. I was like, me. No, what in the world are you insinuating? But anyway, so we're gonna talk about me and my relationships and on whatever level, going back the last couple years. So I was I told you the internet. The guys I met on the internet. My only, so far, online dating experience. And we haven't had an intimate relationship for some years, but we still talk sometimes, stay in contact. About 10 years. I talk about that. Because people try to talk to me about him. He was seeing him for almost 10 years with no commitment. First of all, we don't have an intimate relationship. We have it for some time. Now, there's some history here. It really is. But we haven't had an intimate relationship in 3-4 years, maybe even more. But we still talk to each other. And it might be some interest there. Physical wise, but we haven't acted on it, not at all. You know what? So anyway, I moved my behind right on out here to California. You know what? I think I was listening to too much music. I heard too much about it, and I had a lot going because I was born in Baltimore. I was raised in you hear my country accent. You know what? I was born in Baltimore. I was raised in Georgia. So I'm definitely a southern girl at heart. I had my one tattoo. It's a George Peach tattoo. I refer to myself as a George Peach. You know what? Well, anyway. So I moved right on out here to California from Baltimore, because I didn't know what to do. Because a lot of the people, Columbus, Georgia, which is where I was raised at, is a military town. Fort Benning, for people that know. So a lot of people there are like retirees or people that got stationed there and they like the area, so they decided to stay. Well, a lot of the people that I knew, for the most part, aren't there anymore, because they were all military people, either or retirees or like civil service people. And then my aunt and uncle passed away, so a lot of us were from northern states, like I'm from Baltimore. My ex-husband's family was from Connecticut. I knew a lot of people from New York. Well, anyway, they're either in Miami right now or over here in California. So I was like, what to do? You know what? I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like, I don't know. Miami, I don't know. Someone suggested to move to New York. I think New York is too big of a city for me. I'm too much of a country girl, a small town girl. I like to think of myself as a city girl, but I don't think I'm grown enough for New York. At least not yet. I don't think so. So I was like, I don't know. I know, right? You know. So I found myself over here to LA. I mean, my ex-husband, he moved to LA. I told you I met him during high school. That's Jeffers. You know. Anyway, so he graduated. He went to college. He actually graduated Columbus State University, and he wasn't making a lot of money, especially at first, versity nurse, and not as a graduate back then. He did a bunch of experience. I think I talked about it. I said when he first graduated from Columbus State University, his first job, I think, was at Houston Clinic or St. Francis Hospital. He was only making like $18 an hour. His first year as a registered nurse after having graduated college, I think, was $70-something thousand. That's only because he was hard working and he worked 2 jobs. He worked at the Houston Clinic and Houston Sports Clinic and St. Francis Hospital. You know what? So even though I was in the military without any degree, at that point in time, our salary-wise, we were very close to hanging out. And being hard charged that he got himself a second job. Well, anyway, so he moved over here to California, and he liked it. It seemed good. So I was like, so what am I going to do? Am I going to Miami? No, I think I'm going to California. And so I ended up over here. I told you how, I don't know if I told you the whole story about how I ended up at the West LA VA campus. I ended up here right around Veterans Day 2022. There was a lot going on because it is a VA campus, so there was a lot going on, a lot of partnerships with people out of the community and things like that. So I met someone, and he is of LA, and so he kind of showed me around a little bit. And then I think he went back to wherever he was from, Arkansas, Arizona, something like that. But then at that point in time, I had only known 2 people, and then so he left, and then so what am I going to do? I got bored, so I got texting. And I knew one other person I had talked to one other person here in LA. So I texted him, and then we ended up talking on the phone. And we still stay in contact from time to time. So I guess I've known him now for like, it'll be 3 years this year. Well, anyway, for some reason, I got an apartment here in California. I only stayed in my apartment like 6 months, 4 or 6 months, something like that. Well, anyway, I ended up back in Baltimore right after the Key Bridge, right around the week of the Key Bridge incident. If I want to put together a time frame of exactly, I'm telling you. I talked about the young man. Then I came here to California. I met one young man. We were both at the VA campus where I was staying. He's a veteran like I am, and that's how we met. And another one, he was an employee. I still talk to him. He's an employee at the VA campus where I was staying. I remember when I first moved to California, I was staying at the VA campus. Oh God, you see my, hold on. Let me put my coffee. And I was still staying at the VA campus. He's an employee there. He still is an employee. And anyway, so it'll be 3 years this year. I know him. But anyway, so I got my apartment in Long Beach. And I stayed there for a little while. The VA campus is in Santa Monica part of LA for people that know. And then I went back to Baltimore around the week of the Key Bridge incident. Because I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? And then I'm watching it on the news because I had so much going on. You know, sometimes you get caught up in your own life. I had so much going on, and I'm sitting there at the VA place where I was staying. And no, in Baltimore. And I was looking at the news. I was like, wow. Because the Key Bridge, I remember crossing the Key Bridge so many times. When I used to go to visit my family first, I was stationed in Virginia Beach. And I used to, when I drive from Virginia and I'm on the highway, we'd go across the Key Bridge, and that goes to the Key Bridge. It goes to the Dundalk area, and Dundalk, which is part of Baltimore County. So it's just a huge landmark, not being there anymore. That's something. I always wanted. I said I was going to make my way over there so that I could see it, because it was almost hard to believe that something that was there so long isn't there anymore. So anyway, so I'm at the VA campus, and I'm at the VA where I was staying again. And so then I meet this young man. He knows someone. He's friends with people that work there. And evidently, because of the fact that at the time I was a client and he was friends with the employees, I don't think he was supposed to talk to me, but he went off and did it anyway. You know what? So he came over and said hi. I thought I was cute and sweet, and I thought he was very, very handsome and attractive. So I started seeing him for a while. That's the one that broke up with me. I said, oh wow, he broke up. You know what? I said, but at least, he was a gentleman about it. He sat me down and we had a conversation, you know what? Well, anyway, so we stopped seeing each other for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. And then we started seeing each other again. But I guess, right, so we started seeing each other again. Well, no, and then that's pretty much been it. That's been me what's going on with me in the last week. And then I was on my way here. Because I remember I said I canceled my trip. It's on my YouTube channel. February 2nd. I was morning February 2nd. I was like, listen, because I was out in the world. I ain't want trying to go out in the world, no way. I really wasn't. You know what? It was like I had planned a trip. I thought I was going to go back to California. And so I planned the trip. I said, I got so good at planning trips, being able to travel cross country. $130 to $150 from East Coast to West Coast and vice versa. So anyway, so I was like, oh fine, we're going to catch a Greyhound bus to Atlanta, and then sometimes traveling from major city to major city, the prices are less. So, I was like, but then I was like, I don't feel like going nowhere, so I canceled my tickets. You know what, Spirit charged me a $99 cancellation fee on a $100 and something ticket, something like that. And then Greyhound only gave me a $15 credit back. So, the next morning, you know what, I was like, I'm sitting up and I'm doing my good morning, and whatever, right? It's still here. It's still on YouTube. I don't know, it's still on Instagram and YouTube. Because I really didn't want to go nowhere. Next thing I know, the afternoon, I find myself at the damn airport. You know what? Because I'm hell-bent on getting that damn $47 ticket, especially after I paid $100 to cancel $130, $100 ticket. I forget exactly how much it was. You know what? I found a special the same day. Seriously. From Baltimore to Atlanta, it was $47. And then I didn't know that, if you go, even if you're in the airport and you call the customer service, if you're not careful, they'll try to charge you a fee. I was like, why the ticket is so high when I'm sitting here looking at it online right now? Because for the most part, I've dealt with Spirit before. And you can't go to the airport right now anymore and pay cash for a ticket. Because I've had instances where I had to take money off a bank card and get one of those little reloadable cards and then pay for it like that. So I was able to this is how much it costs. And I walked up to the register and I was able to get a ticket from San Diego to LA for $20. I was like, are you sure? You know what? Because I don't want you to get in trouble. I want to make sure I'm getting the right price. Because it was definitely $20 online. I wanted to make sure that, I got a ticket for $20. So anyway, we're going to fast forward to a couple weeks ago. You know what? So I'm in the airport, and I'm trying to get this $47 ticket. And she's trying to charge me almost $90. I'm like, why? And you know what? Why? Because they want to charge you a customer service fee, a $35 customer service fee. In order, not only to cancel the $99 they charged me to cancel the ticket, and that's not including the $99 they charged me to cancel the ticket. Then that means I had to buy the ticket over again, so the ticket will be more expensive, as far as the cancellation and repurchasing process than it was in the beginning. You know what? And then, so I'm there. So I finally get the young lady. I was like, I had to talk to her. I said, well, seeing I just purchased a ticket, and then I tried to tell her what was going on with me, and she was understanding. She's like, well, okay. So instead of her charging me $80-something, almost $90 for a ticket, the $35 fee that she was going to charge me for her doing the ticket herself in the computer system, I was able to get the ticket for $40-something. So anyways, I found myself in Atlanta for a couple of weeks, and I have been talking, and evidently I've had it happen before, where somebody seen me on the internet, and I mess around, I say I'm in the area, and they know where to find me. Especially if I mess around, I'm outside, and they're familiar with the area, and they see landmarks, and they know that I go live every day. I'm saying, what? So they know where to find me. That's how this young man was. That asked me. No, he asked me out first. Then he said he was gonna be in town. He wanted me to spend his birthday with him. And then as his birthday, he still liked me, and I wasn't doing nothing. So he asked me to be his Valentine. You know what? So that's a young man. That's a young man that you may have seen me with. Or when I was doing my little live feeds in Atlanta car, that's him. And then so I'm here in LA. I didn't necessarily think of it as a visit. I don't know, because at this time with me, it's like. It's not that I'm wishy-washy, it's they're wishy-washy. So anyway, so someone had the nerve to call me out. She said, you know what, I don't think, I wouldn't call what you're doing exactly that. Well, what would you call it? You know what? Now, and then I was saying, because then I was like, oh, wow, you know what? And then I was talking about, the dating and intimacy and intimacy outside of relationships and intimacy outside of marriage. That's all I heard, a voice out of nowhere in LA. You know what? I said, well, I'm not. I really am not. And so that's what's been going on with me from 2022 up until now, definitely. But yeah, that's it. I said, because I had no idea what I was going to talk about. I'm sitting there listening. Well, no, watching TV. What was I watching? I discovered a new show, Fight Night. I'm loving that. Kevin Hart was the executive producer. I watched that whole thing. That was great. So there's going to be a season 2 of that. I can't wait to see it. It's an Atlanta-based television series. I was introduced to that. Somebody here in LA told me about it. Anyway, I really liked that. That was great. I really enjoyed it. As far as the cast members, I recognize a lot of the cast members from other television series, popular television series. Ones from before up until this. So there's lots of well-known actors on that television series. And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it a lot. I'm trying to think, what was I watching? Evidently, I wasn't watching still. TV was watching me. But anyway, I can't wait. I'm hoping, because sometimes on Stars you can watch a television show at midnight. I know, because I used to do that with Ghosts. You know what? And so I'm hoping that at midnight it'll be officially March 7th. So I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. But anyway, so I don't know exactly what that's what's been going on with me. So I guess I ended up back in Baltimore. What's that? 2022. I got my apartment in Long Beach in 2023. Whenever the Key Bridge incident happened, that's around about the time when I met that young man. You have some photographs of us. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you'll see it. And where I met him, and that's pretty much the only person I was seeing from that time up until I left Baltimore. It's been, I guess it'll be almost a month exactly, on the 2nd of March. I'm sure. But anyway, so from 2020, 22 up until now. But anyway, I was like, oh wow, they are true for that. But just because they said it don't mean it went true. And this perception is necessarily always reality, but it's not always a lie either. But anyway, that is all. I guess I did my little 15 minutes soapbox, whatever you call it. I'm going back to listen to my music. I still have a drink left over from the other day. What was it? Saturday night, Sunday. So I might take that cup of Coca-Cola with some in and out of the refrigerator, and I might be back later on with a little more chit-chat about dating and relationships and just life in general. But other than that, I am just Good morning, good afternoon.